Take our lead, let's help you make your mark. Our goal is your satisfaction. Let us show you the way.
A week ago, Hamas began launching missiles into Israel, ostensibly in retaliation for Israeli police attacks on Palestinian worshippers in Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. Israel responded with a massive air bombardment of Gaza, adding ground artillery by week's end.
Make your mark, take our lead.
The fighting between Israel and Palestinian militants in Gaza began on the 10th of May after weeks of rising Israeli-Palestinian tension in East Jerusalem that culminated in clashes at Al-Aqsa, a holy site revered by both Muslims and Jews. Israel has said it killed at least 225 militants during the fighting.
Let's help you make your mark.
Israel conducted dozens of airstrikes on the Gaza Strip on Monday, after Palestinian militants fired barrages of rockets at southern Israeli cities. The pre-dawn raids on Gaza were some of the heaviest seen since the fighting began a week ago.
Let's help you make your mark.
Israel began a campaign of airstrikes against Gaza. By the 16th of May, some 950 targeted attacks had demolished, completely or partially, 18 buildings including 4 high-rise towers, 40 schools and 4 hospitals, and also struck the Al-Shati refugee camp. As of the 19th of May, at least 72,000 Palestinians have been displaced.
Let's help you make your mark.
Disputed territory. Gaza. Also known as the Gaza Strip, it's the home to about 2 million Palestinians, many of them displaced after leaving or being driven from Israel during the War of Independence. West Bank. Smaller than Delaware, the West Bank is east of Israel.
Make your mark, take our lead.
Palestinians fired more than 220 Qassam rocket attacks on Israel, Darrow and the western Negev, in more than a week. The Israeli Air Force fired missiles and bombs at the launching sites. The fighting came amid serious Palestinian factional violence and reports of growing level of humanitarian crisis in the region.
Make your mark, take our lead.
A ceasefire was reached between Israel and those in power in the Gaza Strip, which held until June 2014. The kidnapping and murder of 3 Israeli teenagers in June 2014 resulted in renewed violence and eventually led to the Israeli military Operation Protective Edge. It ended with a ceasefire on August 26, 2014.
Let's help you make your mark.
Numerous Islamist leaders, including senior Hamas founder Mahmoud Zahar, met with Yitzhak Rabin as part of regular consultations between Israeli officials and Palestinians not linked to the PLO. Hamas carried out its first attack against Israel in 1989, abducting and killing 2 soldiers.
Make your mark, take our lead.
For about 14 years, Gaza has been under a blockade on its borders with Israel and Egypt that restricts the passage of people and goods, one of the main issues for any future mediation. Israel says it must limit Hamas's access to weapons, as the militants refused to disarm. One day ago.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the bell notification.